Good evening to you. Thanks for being here on this Sunday. I'm Regina An. Well, tomorrow is a big day for Washington counties. Tomorrow, each county's coronavirus metrics will be evaluated, which will determine if the county stays in phase 3 or moves back to phase 2. Now, ahead of the evaluation, Governor Inslee loosened the criteria for moving phases. Now, the only way to move back a phase would be if a county fails 2 metrics. That is COVID case counts and hospitalizations. If a county is failing one of the 2 metrics, they can still remain in their current phase. Before Inslee's change, counties needed to meet both to remain in their current phase. It just gives more counties a chance to stay where they are instead of moving backwards. However, if a health district is concerned with that county's numbers, they can make the decision to move the county back a phase. Well, this is the first time that counties will be evaluated on their coronavirus metrics since moving to phase 3. But where does Spokane specifically lie in those metrics, and could we possibly move back to phase 2? So our Brandon T. Jones breaks down the data.
Monday is the start of another big week in the state of Washington, and depending on where you live, you could see some changes coming your way by Friday. Take a look at this map of the state's current progress with COVID numbers. What's being analyzed is the new case rate and the hospitalization rate. According to the Washington State Department of Health, 7 counties are currently in danger of moving back into phase 2, but Spokane County isn't one of those.
So we have one of the best measuring systems in the United States.
In his visit to Spokane on Friday, Governor Inslee discussed the metrics used by the state.
So now communities will not have to go back unless they, quote, fail 2 of those instead of one of those things.
The only goal Spokane isn't currently meeting is the hospitalization rate. Counties are expected to have fewer than 5 hospitalizations per 100,000 people every 7 days. Spokane is a little over that number with 5.4 per 100,000. So the good news is that Spokane has more time to decrease that number by the next time evaluations take place in 3 weeks. Governor Inslee also announced that vaccinations would be available to everyone over the age of 16 by April 15th. Because of the increase in vaccine accessibility, organizations like the Washington Hospitality Association are asking the governor to pause any potential rollbacks across the state. Any county that has to move back a phase would have to decrease their indoor capacity down to 25%.
This is the observation area.
From Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Well, more Washingtonians will be eligible to get the vaccine starting this Thursday. The governor announced those 16 and older will be eligible for the vaccine on April 15th. That's almost 2 weeks earlier than projected. Now there are a variety of places offering the COVID shot, including CVS, Multicare, Providence, and more. And we want to make sure that you get all the answers to your vaccine questions. So for the latest information regarding the coronavirus vaccine here in the Inland Northwest, just text the word vaccine to 509-448-2000 and we'll send a link right to your phone. Taking a check on weather now. It was certainly cold out there this morning, but it was definitely nice to see some sun. Michelle Boss joining us now. So Michelle, can we expect more cold mornings this week?
Yeah, we're going to see some more cold temperatures tomorrow morning. It won't be as bad as this morning. We actually broke the record low for this morning. The old record was 24, set back in 1983. We dropped down to 23 degrees at the Spokane Airport. Coeur d'Alene got down to 20. Deer Park, 15 degrees. Hope nobody had some plants out. 29 degrees in Moses Lake and 21 in Sandpoint. Currently still cooler than average out there. Only 47 in Spokane. Didn't break into the 50s today for much of eastern Washington and North Idaho. A little bit milder out in central Washington. Upper 50s in Moses Lake, Othello, and Omak. We did not have the wind today, so even though it was cool, it didn't feel probably as chilly as yesterday. But wind speeds are likely going to be an issue again later this week. In fact, we're looking at the return to some strong winds, 40 to 45 mile-per-hour gusts Monday night into Tuesday, and tracking the potential for more damage from the stronger winds. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. But in the meantime, things are relatively quiet right now. Just a few fair weather cumulus clouds. Those will be dissipating overnight, and we should start our Monday on a sunny note, though it is going to be chilly. 54 on Monday, turning windy on Tuesday, the high of 55, and continued breezy on Wednesday with highs near 60.
All right, Michelle, thank you. Now to your top stories. The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office is looking for an inmate who did not return to custody after being released for a work release program. Take a look at your screen right now. This is 31-year-old Daniel Lee Munson. He's currently serving a sentence for violation of a no-contact order. He is 5'9" with blonde hair and blue eyes. He was last seen by his employer around 10 a.m. on Friday. Police say he left the job site with his girlfriend, Heather Bethel from Spokane. If you have any information regarding Munson's whereabouts, you're encouraged to call that number right there on your screen. So remember this bus crash from a couple years ago? A charter bus carrying members of the UW band to the Apple Cup in Pullman, and then they crashed during a snowstorm. In all, 45 people were hurt. A jury just decided to pay 4 of those injured students a total of $1.5 million. All 4 of them still have serious injuries and suffer from PTSD. And the investigation found the bus driver was going too fast for the conditions. Looking ahead now, Gonzaga Prep and Freeman School District students will be returning to the classroom full-time starting tomorrow. The change comes after Governor Inslee announced social distancing requirements for students would be decreased from 6 feet of separation to 3. About 35 students will remain remote in the Freeman School District. The district said they will develop a plan for students who will continue remote learning, but the district will not be offering a hybrid schedule for the 4th quarter. Both schools will continue to practice coronavirus protocols such as wearing a mask and frequent cleaning.